everyone, today we're going to be playing a little bit of Final Fantasy XI. Now, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV in my own time, but I recently re-downloaded this one just to waste some time on the side. And I mean, well, pretty much every MMO is a waste of time, really, but you know, I was looking for something fun to do on the side, and then I was talking to my friends in Final Fantasy XIV, and they were saying that they were interested in playing through all of the expansions of 11 together. So they wanted to get a group together, and obviously I was interested. And so we're gonna be doing that, and I thought it would be fun to do a series of videos outlining the story, because a lot of people unfortunately haven't had a chance to experience this story. It's a great game, lots of fun, very time consuming, but it's got a great story, the characters are awesome, and I love the world and everything about it. So we're gonna be experiencing the story from start to finish, and I've never even touched the expansions yet, I only played through the base game on one character. So I ended up going to a new world and creating a new character just the other day. So my new character is named Clementain, and he is named after my Final Fantasy XIV character. Somehow I went into the busiest server in the game, and his name was not taken, so that's great. So I'm super thankful for that. So at this point, Clementain is, I believe, a level 28 Red Mage. So I'm just going around on foot trying to get to as many different cities as I can, and I haven't done a single quest or a single mission in the main storyline yet. But I figured I'd go around to the major cities, level up a little bit, and then that way when my friends are ready to come and join in the game, it'll make it a little easier for them with me being a bit of a higher level. Alright, I have made it to Juneau. It took a lot of walking through massive areas that I did not have maps for, but I made it here in one piece, so now I guess the next step is to figure out how to get my mount. Now, I vaguely remember doing this before, and I remember I had a lot of trouble with it. It's got this mini game where you have to race around on, I think it's a raptor of some kind or something like that. So I'm gonna see if I can do that, and hopefully maybe it will go a little bit better than it did the first time. Hey, what are you staring at? Haven't you ever seen a chocobo before? Chocobos may be tame creatures now, but originally they came from the wild. Lethane was once covered in wild chocobos. Flocks of them used to dart around the plains. That's why they love it when you take them back there. It runs through their blood. Looks like it's feeding time. It looks like the chocobo wants to venture outside town. Yeah, let's free the chocobo. Okay, yes, I remember this. We free the chocobo, and it does not go well. I think we have to free him, though. Whew, these chocobos always act like they're starving. What's this? One of the chocobos is gone. I never thought I'd see the day. Could he have understood what we were talking about earlier? That chocobo always was a smart one. I wouldn't be surprised if he did understand and went off in search of his wild companions. But wild chocobos don't exist anymore. That chocobo was raised in a stable. He doesn't realize how harsh the world out there is. What if he were attacked by some despicable creature? Please help me bring him back. Alright, so now I need to go somewhere. I need to figure out where to go. He's out in some random part of the world, probably a part of the world that I haven't even been to yet. And maybe even it's different every time, I don't know. So I'll need to do a little bit of research to make sure I can do this quickly. But I need to go find the chocobo, bring him back, and then that will allow me to ride mounts in the game. Now, according to the internet, I don't actually need to rescue this chocobo. I can just talk to Brutus, I think you just talk to him 3 times, and then he just gives you whatever you need for the quest. I think that was one of the parts of the original game that they just trimmed down a little bit to make it more streamlined. But honestly, I don't think I could do that, because I have a conscience, and I love my little chocobo friend, and it's my fault that he ran away in the first place, and I want to make sure he's safe, so I'm gonna go save him even if I don't actually have to do that to get my mount. I just need to figure out how to teleport myself over to Lethane Plateau. Okay, I remember there's a little zoomy book over here that I can use to teleport across the world, so I'm gonna go find that. That will save me a lot of walking, especially without a mount. At this point in my journey, I'm really starting to miss that feature that the other remastered games have, where you click the button and then it puts you at like 3 times speed or however fast you want to go, and you can just zoom across the map just by walking. But this is an online game in real time, and that comes with its pros and its cons. Actually, I shouldn't put it like that. There are some features of this game that are in real time that are actually really cool. One particular thing that I like to bring up when I'm talking about things I like about this game is the travel by ship or airship, where you actually have to wait in line for the ship to arrive, and then you actually have to walk your character onto the transport, wait for the doors to close, and I think it takes like 3 minutes or something like that. So the doors close, and then the ship will just heave its way across the world map. And of course, you can go to the upper levels and look out the windows and stuff, and you can see the world passing by in real time. And that's just one of those things that makes the game world feel so real and vivid. They could really easily just teleport you immediately to wherever you want to go, like they do in Final Fantasy XIV, but Final Fantasy XI is all about realism in a fantasy setting, and I think that's what makes it so great. And sure, that does make it more time-consuming, but I think that adds a lot of value to the world of the game. It's like it has more impact on you as a player. Chocobo tracks. Where is that? Where is that? Oh, here we go. And there he is.
Whoa, another one.
I hope I take the right one back to Juno. I'm just going to assume that this one's mine. He seems comfortable enough to come with me, so let's be off. Thanks for bringing the Chocobo back. He's been acting a bit strange ever since returning, though. He used to be so responsive to commands, but lately he's become rather stubborn. It's not a good influence on the other Chocobos. I wonder what happened at Clementain. So it is happening even here. You're from Sandoria, aren't you? So the Chocobos are acting strangely there too? That is correct, sir. Something appears to be stirring among the Chocobos. We must call the Vana'diel Chocobo Society into session immediately. I shall rally the members of the nations of Vana'diel myself. As soon as you have made your preparations, please make haste to the Chocobo stables in Sandoria. What a mess. Sorry, but I think you should also attend the session. You're the one who last saw the Chocobo before the change. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that later, because I already saved the Chocobo, my conscience is clean, I just want to get that mount that I've been waiting for. What's your problem? You want to ride a Chocobo? I sure do. Of course you do. Nowadays everyone wants to ride a Chocobo. Why, this is a golden opportunity for you to step into the wide, wonderful world of avian delight. Then again, you young people have a tendency to throw creatures away without a moment's thought. That's why there are more Chocobo living out in the wild now than I ever dreamed of as a kid. You wouldn't dream of committing such a terrifying act though, would you? Absolutely not. Nope, never. Of course you wouldn't. Still, I can't grant you permission to ride so easily. The Vana'diel Chocobo Society would never allow it. I've got it. See that fine creature over yonder? If she takes to you, I'll let you ride her. Good luck, kid. So I got some special grass to feed to this Chocobo. He still looks slightly uncomfortable with you. Wasn't this Chocobo just female? They're slightly inconsistent with their pronouns. Wow, I thought it would take longer. I think we've almost won him over. Well, look what we have here. He's already munching away. Looks like he's almost ready.
Look, Baldy's here.
Right when I thought I'd lost you, I find your sorry face here. Who the heck are you? It ain't polite to barge into a Chocobo corral, partner. Don't talk like that to me, thief. I'm here to take back what's rightfully mine. We don't house thieves here, mister, and I don't recall taking anyone's property. This Chocobo belongs to me. Can't you see the brand? Now give him back. Wait, that means... Master, come quickly! I'm standing right next to you, son. Mister, you may be a Chocobo handler, but I reckon you handle him roughly. So, you got a problem with that? Spoil your animals and they'll never obey. You gotta instill them with fear. I mean, come on, they're just animals. You eat meat, don't you? So don't lecture me over what I do with them. Come on, let's go. Lay off, mister. You're scaring him. Yeah? Well, that's 'cause you've spoiled him rotten. I'll be back for what's mine, you mark my words. What a wonderful gentleman. I like him a lot. That kind of scum is the worst. Ah well, this doesn't really concern you. So look, kiddo, you've got talent. This birdie here's almost yours. Keep up the good work, okay? Aw, that brute doesn't scare me. Anyway, look at you. The master said you got talent. I'm so jealous. Well, looks like he's used to you now. Good job. Now you're a qualified chocobo rider. Am I? I still have never ridden a chocobo before. Now that you can read animals' minds, maybe you can become a beastmaster. Of course, I can't teach you how. You'll just have to practice. The rest is up to you, kiddo. For now, take this to the stables. The master sure was profound talking about reading their minds. At least we know the last owner didn't have that gift. Cool, okay, I got a chocobo license. So now I go over here and talk to my potato. Oh, how I yearn for the ability to work in peace and quiet, free of this horrible facial constraint. I love that little suit. Aha, you over there. I bet you know your way around chocobo riding, don't you? Absolutely stellar. I'm a pro, I've ridden so many times. I knew it! Then you're just Taru the man I've been looking for. Give me just a moment. Now all we do is wait, Taru, and... Oh, darn it all! Irk. Every time they see me, they try to bite my nose off like it's a little whittle sausage. You see, that's why I've got this mask. Ah, here we go. While Vana'dielians have long since mastered the art of taming the chocobo, a few of us have been working on domesticating some more exotic beasts. We think we've finally stumbled upon something, but we're loath to release it upon the populace without taking it for a, test drive, and that's where adventurers come in. We figured that if chocobos can run fast, then how about some muscular raptors? We've been toiling day and night, but it's hard to get them to obey anyone other than their handler. And this cute little thing here is no different, Taru. That's where you come in. We want her to get used to being around people of all sorts. So I propose a little deal. If you take her around Battalion Downs, then I'll give you this whistle as a little present, Taru. That's as good a deal as any, I'll say. Sure, this sounds fun. It's not gonna be fun, I know what I'm getting myself into. Whee! Finally, someone says yes. Really though, who wouldn't want to ride a raptor? Those things look awesome. Okay, you put your hands here, and your feet here. Picture perfect, Taru. Now be a doll, would you, and open up your map of Battalion Downs? Okay, see these Taru spots I've marked? They're locations within the Downs that I need you to visit. There are a few hollows there, you see. And in those hollows, I've left some of our erstwhile companions' favorite treats for you to give to her. If you'll forgive the saying, you'll have her eating out of your hands. But 8 spots is a trifle much, So let's cut it down to 5. That should be enough to make her cuddle up to you like a puppy. And when you're done with that, I need you to go over here. My good friend Cyrelia will be waiting for you to return that raptor. Like I just said, sometimes our friend here can be less than cooperative. She can get tired, or is it better to say sick of it, and slow down and may even wake you off her back. But she's a sucker for encouragement, Taru, so if that happens, just /cheer her up. Another thing, she'll go bolting off home if you dismount, so if that happens, just amble-wamble your way back here. Have a safe trip! Okay, so I'm super bad at this. Really bad at this. Oh, I love this music though. It's just so maddening after trying and failing at this for so long. Oh, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so I am supposed to go inside. Yes! Okay, the raptor has overcome the munchies. I know you can't see it, but I am totally vibing to this music right now. When you're playing a game with a really good soundtrack, it's important to use a swivel chair so then you can easily dance without having to get up. I legitimately don't know if this part of the game is supposed to be hard or if I'm just really bad at it. But this took so many tries on my first character. And I mean, it didn't help that I kept forgetting to cheer, since I think that's a big part of it, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna forget to do that this time around too. I very vaguely remember the route that I had to take, because I had to refine it and practice it many times. Maybe I'll get lucky today though. Maybe I will have retained that memory in the deepest reaches of my mind, and maybe I'll just get it right on the first try. In fact, how could that not happen? Where am I supposed to go? I can't see any of the beams. Oh no! How could I let this happen? Okay, let's just try this at a lower difficulty setting. I'm feeling cheap. It's pretty difficult, especially without a minimap. I think you can download extra software, like the Windower, I think it's called, the Final Fantasy XI Windower. And it gives you different features, like it gives you a mini-map, and it scales up the graphics quite a bit. You can get all these different mods like that, but I like the original experience. It's clunky and dated, and the graphics aren't amazing, but it makes me feel nostalgic for a game that, strangely enough, I didn't actually experience as a kid. So there needs to be a word for that, the feeling of nostalgia for something that you didn't personally experience. Just this whole era of gaming is very nostalgic to me. Like, these graphics right here really remind me a lot of Morrowind, with obviously a lot more of a JRPG twist. This is a very different game than Morrowind, obviously, but just that style of the way the models look, the way the textures are painted, the color palettes that they use, just reminds me a lot of those games like Morrowind, and Morrowind is something that I played a ton of as a kid. Yes! Ah, I did it! Whew! Expertly done. Never have I seen anyone mount a raptor with such aplomb, and I dare say I never will again. Your skill is so impressive, in fact, that I'll let this one take you all the way back to Juno. Okay, let's summon that mount. Oh yeah! And it plays the awesome music every time I ride it. Fantastic. Oh, look at that, look at how cool I look. One of the slightly annoying things about this game is just the hoops that you have to jump through in order to get some pretty basic things like a mount or like a sub job. To increase your level cap, really to unlock anything, you have to go through a certain number of quests, and they can be pretty difficult to get through. And this was one of them, so I don't really look back fondly on the process of unlocking this stuff, but man, once you get on the back of this mount, and you can just freely roam through the world map, it's just so rewarding after everything you've gone through, and it feels so cool. So now, I'm just really looking forward to exploring the rest of Vana'diel on the back of my trusty steed. So until next time, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you later.